Thank you so much for allowing us to come here and present to you some of the research and decisions that we've made to hopefully help you as a company, as Comcast, to increase your customer satisfaction. I want to start by introducing our team here at Hat Trick Consulting.
Hi, my name is Logan Keller, and I was in charge of the analysis on the project.
I'm Daniel Wright. I'm the Director of Human Resources here at the firm.
I'm Danny Israelson, and I was a part of the research team.
I'm Jenna Anderson, and I was also part of the research team.
As you can see, we have a group of very experienced and capable people working for us. We're confident that the research we've done and the decisions that we're going to present to you will be things that will help. I want to start by going through our agenda for the day. We'll first be presenting some of the problems and issues that we're having as a company here at Comcast, and then analyze what we might be able to do about some of those problems, and then recommend some solutions that will hopefully put Comcast in a position where they can maintain their dominance within the market. And so that's going to lead me into what I want to talk about now. As you can see, Comcast is the #1 broadband service provider in America. As a company, you have been able to dominate over your competitors, and by quite a significant margin, as you can see by this graph. AT&T is a close second in their share of the market. However, as you all are aware, Comcast will be overtaking Time Warner this summer. And so that will be a great benefit to your market presence in helping you acquire many more customers. Now, with that amount of market share comes a lot of responsibility as well. And there are some concerns that we want to present to you that may prove problematic as you gain more of that market share. I want to point your attention to this graph where it talks about the percentage of customer satisfaction within some of the leading broadband providers. Now, as you can see, many of our competitors have fairly positive customer service ratings. However, Comcast, at the very end, in last place, has only a 62% customer satisfaction rate. Now, that's the largest broadband provider in the country. That is very alarming and something that we have spent a lot of time researching, and hopefully we'll be able to present to you some solutions to that.
Great, and so our team conducted this research. We gathered some data on some of the most popular customer service websites, where these are forums where customers are talking about those experiences that they've had. And although we found many positive experiences that customers have had with Comcast representatives, we also found quite a few negative experiences that customers have had. And so we found basically two main reasons of why customers weren't satisfied with their experience with Comcast. And the first one was an ineffective chain of communication between Comcast representatives. And here, Daniel in Florida last week was on the phone for nearly an hour and a half being passed between 12 representatives, and he was passed on and told different things by each representative until finally he was directed to go to the Comcast store, where he didn't get the help that he needed either. And so he was a very unhappy customer. And through our research, we actually found out that 73% of all calls, of all call time is actually spent waiting between representatives. And so there's a huge chain of being transferred between representatives instead of one representative being able to provide the solution that the customer needs. And so that's the first problem that we found, was an ineffective chain of communication. The second one came from inconsistent policies and pricing strategies through at Comcast. And Emma, a couple weeks ago, went into the Comcast store because she noticed on her bill, after talking with one of her neighbors, that she was being charged twice as much as her neighbor was for the exact same service, the exact same bundle of internet, cable, and telephone. And so she was a very unhappy customer, and she had been charged for this for a while. And because of a policy that the representative told her, she was unable to get a refund because that's just not part of their policy. And she also wasn't able to get a different pricing because that was a promotion and the new pricing system wasn't in their computer anymore. And so she was a very unhappy customer. I doubt that she stayed with Comcast from her, the way that she wrote her review. And we are excited because we know that we have 2 solutions that we know will benefit Comcast and remedy these problems that they are having. And in order to find these solutions, we created an evaluation chart that helped identify what were Comcast's most important needs, what they needed most. And the biggest thing was that they needed a change in customer perception, followed by cost, and then the time that this was going to take to implement. And so we came up with 4 possible solutions that you'll receive in detail in your report, and we're only going to highlight 2 that we believe are going to help and benefit the company most.
All right, so the 2 recommendations that we felt would be the most beneficial to the company were, first, to hire a social media specialist team, and then second was to create a customer service app. With the social media specialist team, we would hire a group of individuals to go online on Facebook, Twitter, all the social media sites, and they would look for all of the different complaints from the customers. Then they would be able to remedy those complaints and send them to the site where they could receive an answer to their questions. We feel like this would be beneficial. It would save time, especially for the customer on the phone, and it would be a more direct solution for the representatives as well. Secondly, we feel like creating a customer service app would remedy a lot of these different problems that we are seeing with Comcast customer service. The features would include a chat tool, payment notifications, as well as a technician schedule. With the chat tool, customers could go online and chat their different questions to the social media specialist team, and they'd be able to be directed to their solution quickly. With the payment notifications, customers would be able to see the payment on their plan, and then they'd also be able to see when their next bill is due. And then thirdly, with the technician schedule, Comcast customers would be able to see when the technician would arrive, and they'd be able to accept the invitation for what day he'd be able to come, which we also found in our research was very problematic for the company. We feel like these two recommendations would overall be beneficial to the company, and it would help us save $6.3 million in calls and wait time, as well as it would give us a 16% increase in our annual members. We recognize that hiring the team as well as creating the app would create a large upfront cost, but we are hopeful that it would sustain our growth of our company and we would be able to maintain the dominance of the market.
We want to thank you for your time today, and we also want to state our confidence in the research and decisions that we've made. We believe that if you are willing to take on some of these suggestions that we've given, that not only will you see very quick success, immediate success from them, but these will be technologies and programs that will help Comcast to continue to be the biggest and greatest broadband provider in the US. Thank you.